Greetings, everyone, and greeting Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, as well as the guest. As you can see, there are only 4 people in today's meeting, but still we will continue. Being the sudden town, I am the first speaker for today's meeting. Before starting meeting, let me reiterate the club mission of the Toastmaster International. In Toastmaster International, we provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication as well as the learning skills that results in self-confidence and personal growth. There are few ground rules to follow during this meeting. Number 1, kindly switch on off your camera if you are stepping out of the meeting, and mute your mic when the other speaker is speaking. And third, the most important thing, we never discuss about sex, religion, and politics. So kindly refrain yourself from discussing on these things. Now, with a huge round of applause, let me welcome, or I must say, let me change my hat from the sergeant at arms to the presiding officer of the day. Today is a meeting number 191. So we are almost near to the 200 meeting. That is our next milestone that we are going to achieve for sure in the month of July. As there is only one guest, Bhumika, I would love to hear from you. What is your reason to join us again? Kindly open your mic as well as the camera. Bhumika, are you there? I think she's not there. So without taking much time, I would love to invite the Toastmaster of the day. He is none other than an army official and seasoned Toastmaster who has more than 5 years experience in Toastmaster International. He's my mentor. He is staying in Uttarakhand, that is near to the Himalaya. It's a serene place. It's a wonderful thing to stay calm, and same is his personality. Let's learn from him. But he is ready with today's theme. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster MANOJ LENKA.
Thank you so much, presiding officer, SA and TTM, Toastmaster Ravinder Kaur. Now this evening, I've chosen the topic, gratitude to my feminine quartet. That's a tagline I have inserted whenever somebody asks my intro in different clubs, and people keep on asking, what are this quartet that you are expressing your gratitude to? So that's what I'm going to elaborate today. Will there be any existence of yang without the? We talk about yin and yang in Chinese. Those two bean-shaped, one color black, another white, with alternate color dots in between and balanced inside a circle. The circle represents the wholesomeness, and that bean-shaped, kidney-shaped yin and yang. Yin is the feminine entity, yang is the masculine entity. Once this is balanced, then the life goes on. But if I take a pause to reflect, without yin, there is no existence of yang. Without yang, there is no existence of yin. But ultimately, the mother, the womb of the complete humanity is the feminine entity. And when you talk about the womb of humanity, there comes the gratitude. In our philosophy also, we talk about Shiva and Shakti. We also talk about Purusa and Prakriti. This balance between both, the congruence between both is what makes our life go on and on. If we believe on the biblical story of creation that's given in Genesis, the first chapter of Bible, the last created creature was whom did the Almighty created at the end? Anyone who can answer this question? The first thing that God created is He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Then He started creating small, small creatures. And finally, on the sixth day, He created Adam, the first man. Then He took rest. That's why you have got Sunday, Sunday to rest. We call it Sabbath, to rest, recoup, and recharge ourselves. Then in the Garden of Eden, Adam was alone. He was said, "You enjoy your life. You are never going to grow old. All this beautiful garden, all these fruits are yours. But be aware, in the center of the garden, there's a tree, the tree of knowledge. Don't pluck the fruit and eat that." But over the time, he's found Adam to be very, very lonely. So he said, why not give him a companion? And finally, Eve was created. When Adam was asleep, we have a flying bone, the rib cage, the last bone is not jointed together. So that bone was taken off and Eve was created. Woman, it can be expanded as wife of man. And she was created out of the body of Adam. But since she was the last to be created, she was more perfect. Whatever lacuna, whatever shortcomings were there in the creations, all those are taken care of to create the woman. And we got of mother of the mankind, Eve. And if we talk about my first in the quartet, the first woman whom I would like to express my gratitude is the woman who gave me birth, carried me for 9 months in a honeyed womb to give me birth. And while inside her womb, I was fed by the umbilical cord that nurtured me. And once I was out of her womb, the umbilical cord sliced. Again, she nurtured me, feeding me with the nectar from her bosom. And she taught me my first syllable, how to say Amma, Ma. She taught me the first touch. She taught me what the beauty is. As I grew up, she never left my side. She left me 15 years back in an accidental death. She left me. But yes, whenever I talk about her, it fills me with a lot of emotions. And she taught me qualities of humbleness, selflessness. I remember she had never asked anything in return from any one of us. She never demanded anything from her husband, that is my father. She never asked anything from her 4 children. I've got 2 elder sisters, then me and my younger brother. Never asked, give me this. I want this. This will make me happy. Always remain grounded, looking up to all of us. So when I talk about my mother, The mothers in this meeting, they are no different. Or else all our mothers are like that. That's the beauty of motherhood. So I take this opportunity to pay my gratitude to my biological mother. And I ask you all to do that too. We'll talk about next three. But yes, let's go on to get into the meeting proper. We have a prepared speech segment, then a table topic. And nice to see Ilyas joining us all the way from Indonesia. Of course, you'll get a chance to participate in the table topic. He's an avid table topic speaker, and the way he juggles his voice is always marvelous. And he's also good in humor. We'll see how he showcases all those qualities today. Or else, in the proper meeting, we do have three segments. We have a prepared speaker, Toastmaster Gaurav, geared up to give a lengthy speech today, 20 to 25 minutes. And then we have got table topic segment, and finally evaluation. Uh, and for that, to conduct that, I'll give the stage to the general evaluator of today's meeting, Toastmaster Kaur.
Thank you, TMOD Manoj, and I really appreciate the theme that you have selected for today because that gives us sort of a introspection to everybody that we should be grateful to the person who has brought us on this planet Earth. So that is a time to remember. That is to pay your homage to the contributions they have done to your life. So your mother, your sister, even your wife and your kids. So they teach you something always. And one important aspect that I have seen in the with the female is that uh, they will devote. They had a lot more devotion than to improve you than them than to themselves. So they think more about you than yourself. So this is the aspect which really touches when when another human being is ready to sacrifice more for you. That is something exceptional that we should consider. So coming to the agenda for today's meeting. So today I think we have prepared speeches. That we have table topic and then the general evaluation that we will be conducting. So today for the general evaluation, I will be requiring support for the timer. So Toastmaster Ravinder will be supporting me with
I will be the timer.
With the timer rule. Apart from that, maybe in my report I'll try to cover the overall meeting evaluation and the grammar or the counter whatever I came across in the general evaluation report, considering the attendance we have. But nevertheless, coming to the timer, I request Toastmaster Ravinder if she can quickly explain the roles and responsibility for the timer.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Gaurav, for inviting me as a timer. Being a timer of the meeting, I would track the timing as there is only one speaker, one prepared speaker, and who is delivering his very lengthy speech. And you will, I will show the green card at the 20-minute, yellow card at the yellow card at the 22-minute, and at 25 I will show the red card. And during the table topic session, I will show the green card at the 1 minute, yellow card at the 1.5 minute, and red card at the 2 minute. As there will be only one evaluation, so I will show green card at the 2 minute, 2 to 2:30. Green card at the 1.5 minute, and yellow card at the 2 minute, and red card at the 2.3 30 second, 2 minute 30 second. And
No,
I will show
it will
my
be 2 minutes, 2.5, and 3.
two. I will show the green card at the 2 minute, and yellow card at the 2.32 minute 30 second, and the red card at the 3 minute. So I will share my reports once I will be called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravinder. Toastmaster Ravinder, may I request if you can just show on the background that how the card look like,
Sure,
if you're
sure.
ready with it.
Can you see
Okay,
green,
great. Yes,
yellow,
fine, yellow,
and red?
red. All good, all good. All
Thank
set for the encouraging meeting, exciting meeting. So I think from the general evaluation point of view, we are all set with this. I'd like to hand it back to the TMOD for taking the session forward. Over to you, TMOD Manoj.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Now, back to the meeting proper and let's kickstart the first segment. And for doing that, before I call upon the speaker of today's evening, the evaluator, I am the evaluator. And today's speaker is on his pathways dynamic leadership. And he has proved his dynamism as a leader. I don't know how he's proving it in his professional front, but in our club, he has shown his leadership and dynamism too. And today, at his level 4, project 2, the speech objective is to deliver a well organized speech, generating discussion among members to disseminate some vital information. Timer to note it is 20 to 25 minutes, 20, 22, and 25. Now I invite as the TMOD, the speaker of today's evening, Toastmaster Gaurav, Lean Manufacturing, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. And the topic what I have selected for today is really very exciting because this is the concept what I have not studied in my college days, not studied in my school days, but this has come across when I started my professional journey. I started my professional journey with a manufacturing organization. So I started as an executive finance in a manufacturing journey. So in the due course of the business, I learned across multiple things, right, from the finance side and from the operations side as well. So even though I was having some idea about the operation finance very well, so I was able to adapt to it. But coming to the operations, so it was completely new subject to me. I was really very excited. I went to the shop floor, like I was working in a factory, and for a factory, what is the product that we manufacture, right? So there is some input that we give, and then there is some output that we have to share. Output is what? Output is basically the value addition that we do on the input that we receive from a supplier, right? We receive some input from a supplier, factory does this value addition and transfer that raw material and the value to the customer, right? So in that process, what do you see? So there is something which is happening, right? And when there is something that is happening, there are always normal frictions which is involved, right? What do you mean by frictions? But nevertheless, this is the topic that we are going to discuss today, that in the manufacturing, how we can make the manufacturing process efficient, how we can eliminate the frictions, how we can reduce the waste in the manufacturing. So there is a concept of lean. So, with your permission, I like to share my screen and we start the discussion on the lean manufacturing. Just let me know if my screen is visible to all.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, but I am not able to see the timer. So, timer may be at, I'm not able to see the timer. So, the only
I will pin
request
the
is that,
screen. No worry. I will pin the screen.
okay, just maybe you can remove the or maybe you can just intimate it through speaking. Maybe that we are at 20 minutes, right?
Sure, sure.
Whilst us I start. So basically, this is very exciting topic like lean manufacturing, because the idea is to give the value to the customer. Okay. So what we are going to understand more on this topic is what is lean manufacturing and what are the types of lean manufacturing. Two things: what is lean manufacturing and what are the types of lean manufacturing. So these are the two things that we are going to understand in detail into this topic, right? But before that, let's understand some of the terms, some, because maybe there can be audiences who are not aware of the manufacturing terms that is used in a factory. What is that? Is batch and queue manufacturing process, continuous flow production, just in time manufacturing, Kaizen, Lean, pull system, TAKT time. So these are the terms that we are going to use in discussion today, and the objective is that at the end of this session, you are aware of all this terminology and you feel upgraded in terms of the usage of these terminology, and just see the possibility of implementing all this in your life, right? Before we get into it, maybe out of the audience, if anybody can help me understand what do they understand by lean, or what is their concept of manufacturing. Any volunteer, anybody?
Manufacturing is the process of converting the raw material into the final product.
But right, but how do we do that?
We can do these are the process like batch production as well as the queue production. In the batches, we are producing some products or we are going into the queue. I have read somewhere, I think during 2005, in
So
my
we,
MBA
we all are seasoned professionals, so we must
yeah,
be aware that.
I have read that.
so, so batch is basically if like medicines, things which is standard in nature, so they are produced in batch, which is smaller in size, so they are produced in batch, and things which is slightly bigger, so they are produced in queue, like cars. So the cars are produced in a queue, like you manufacture one, then the other one follows, and like medicine and everything, they are produced in batch. So again, so that is to extent right, but continuous flow production just in time. But the question was like manufacturing is okay, but what do we understand by lean? We are going to discuss this topic in depth, in detail today. So what do we understand by lean? So anyway, I will let the audiences absorb, and then we will be interacting on the concept in detail. So lean is nothing, right? Lean is nothing but it is an attempt to eliminate all the waste in the process, in the manufacturing process, right? I'll give you a simple example. Suppose I have a store which is 200 meters away from my shop floor, right? So whenever I have to issue the raw material from the shop floor to the production shop, so there is a time that is getting wasted. I have to send somebody to the store to pull the material and issue it to the shop. So, in with the lean thought process, what we can see is there a possibility to establish a shop floor within the sorry, is there a possibility to establish a store within the shop floor wherein we fill the requirement which as per the production plan, we fill in the requirement of the raw material that is required for that particular day, and in the evening when the shift is over, then we again refill it. So what does we do? We have eliminated the waste of movement from of 200 meters from store to the shop during the efficient production time. We have eliminated transportation waste, and we have increased the production efficiency. So this is the concept of lean, improvement of doing something better, or by eliminating the non-value added activity for which the customers are not paying. Customers are paying for us is to manufacture the product. Customer is not going to pay for the inefficiencies what I have, right? So what does it mean? If I eliminate waste, I become cost competitive. I pass on a better value to the customer and at an efficient cost. So it is a sort of a win-win situation for me as well as for my customer as well, right? So are the audiences or maybe people are okay with the concept? Like any other thought which anybody would like to share on this lean, or maybe so anybody can give an example. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. I
Okay,
think
I'll
this is
give you an
related to the
example.
effective
So,
and the efficiency. Like effective person as well as the efficient person. That is the same thing. Effective mean he can do the things, but the efficient mean he can do the same thing in a very less time with the minimum resources.
Short time.
Optimum utilization of the resources.
okay, I'll
Yeah, Manoj.
cite an example also. Uh, Here I'm in an academy where we train people to become soldiers to defend the country. So we get people selected from all over India and they come in all shapes and sizes. Somebody will be quite hefty, somebody will be different shapes and sizes. But after undergoing the training for past 3 months, it is something that get transformed. They all look alike. Sometimes when their parents land up, they say, "This is not my son or this is not my daughter." I was there at Chennai where we trained these lady cadets. It was very difficult for their parents to identify, okay, this is my daughter. Because in the first day, we chop up their hair. So everybody boycott. Then within next 3 months, all those baby fats they have accumulated, they all get diluted. Okay. And they all look slim, trim, and efficiency also get enhanced. So here also in the manufacturing sector, you are trying to take out all those extra things to make it more efficient. And that's what we also do over here. We manufacture human beings, make them leaders. Thank you.
Correct. Absolutely right. So basically, you are adding value to a person, right? And making him a responsible soldier and a citizen of this country. So this is what is the concept of lean, right? So I totally agree with that concept and a very appropriate concept. Okay. So again, the objective was like why do we do lean? Okay. So in why or maybe to simplify it, what is the objective of doing lean? It is as simple as that. It is to shorten the delivery time to the customer. So the customer is able to get the order faster at a low cost manufacturing process, right? So this is purely the objective wherein we give a quality product, a low cost product, and a product and a product within a stipulated time to the customer. So that is the core objective through which all the processes evolve. Like it is the backbone, it is the objective, and through the for this to achieve this objective, there are alternative branches of doing it, right? So which we are going to study in detail. This is what I told you that the focus is to increasing the profit by reducing the cost, to be competitive and to be repetitive, make repetitive from the customer, develop customer loyalty. So this is basically the strategy which we are building to make for sorry, this is basically the strategy which should be the core of developing any lean methodology in your mind, right? ultimately I can make things very efficient, but ultimately it might happen that customer might not like it. There I I'll give you a simple example. If I have gone for a body massage and the time allocated was 60 minutes, like the massager will massage my body for 60 minutes, and if he does all his processes within 25 minutes, whether you will be satisfied. So again, the thing what I'm trying to put over here is that it is completely dynamic with respect to the environment you are in, right? It should not be that we have to improve, and in the process of improving, you are losing it. We have to improve, we have to be cost competitive, we have to be competitive, but again, the key factor is the customer loyalty or the customer satisfaction that should be there. Like, but how do we improve, right? How do we improve? There can be multiple ways of improving. Simple way is simple way is to eliminate the waste during the manufacturing. Like I told you, a simple example of having a store at few meters away from the shop. So that is again a waste. So you have to continuously think of eliminating the waste in the entire process. Like I'll give you another example. There is a machine which requires a maintenance at every 3 months or 2 months, maybe for a safer side, every quarter, 3 months, right? And if you're not taking care of that machine, maybe for 3 months or maybe for 6 months, because it is continuously running, and we're not able to give the time for its maintenance, then that can also create a problem at a later point of time. But here, what is the waste? Waste is basically nothing but of not taking care of your products and equipment, right? So that is also a waste. That is also important concept that I have learned across. So if there is a time schedule in which the machine is to be maintained, right? So that has to be taken care. If it is not taken care, that is also construed as a waste of not doing things at time, right? Now we have discussed a lot about waste, but what as per the lean definition, what are the main categories of wastage in the manufacturing setup, right? So the transport, if my supplier is located in deep south, like for the same raw material, and I have a raw material availability maybe near Jharkhand, right? So I can eliminate that waste. So by that I will be saving on the cost. I will be saving on the road. I will be saving on the time in which I will get the material. Then overproduction. Overproduction. How do we explain overproduction? The demand is for 100, and we produce 150. So 50 will be something that will be stored in your warehouse. You are not able to utilize that place. If you have not done that production, you could have rented that place. So overproduction again is treated as a waste. Then movement. The process should be defined in such a way, the process should be defined in such a way that the human and the machine movement can be minimized. Right? I It should be, rather maybe thought should be that it should be in a single piece flow, wherein there is a division of labor. If I have to tighten a nut, I tight, and then it moves a step forward, wherein the other person is able to perform his activity. I don't have to go again to that but other workbench and do that activity. So movement, internal movement for the manufacturing should be eliminated. Over processing, this is very important. In order to give quality to the customer, we sometimes devote a lot of time in producing a quality product. But the thing is that customers are not going to pay for that. Cust- if if for this phone I want to make it extra shine, I'm not going to pay for that extra shine. I am going to pay for that extra shine on the screen to an extent. But beyond that, if it is shining and you are increasing the cost, that becomes a waste for me. I am not going to pay for it, or the customer is not going to pay for it. So it has to be at the appropriate level. All the processing, all activity should be at the appropriate level, wherein we reach the highest point of the validation and we don't overcross the validation point. Then obviously important, one of the most important waste is the defects in manufacturing or the defects of the products that we produce, right? So that is a complete waste. I don't need to define it more. Defects is a complete waste. Then inventory, very important aspect, because many time it happens inventory, we procure a lot of inventory beforehand and we don't have the orders for that, but still all those inventories are lying. So there are two impacts which is happening. Point number one, we have blocked our working capital, we have blocked our cash in the inventory, and second, we have blocked our space. So inventory is very critical because it impacts both your bank and the physical place as well. Then waiting time, processes should be defined in such a way that work workstation A and workstation B should be aligned, right? It should not be like that workstation A, wherein we do some semi-processing of the activity, and then the workstation B, which completes that activity, has to wait. So, idea is that how quickly we can transfer between the manufacturing workstations so that we are able to reduce that time gap, because that is completely, I think, if on anything we are not adding value, so that is again a waste of time. Waiting time is nothing but not doing anything or not contributing on it, right? Now just everybody, just to recollect, what are the 7 ways? So this is a very important concept in manufacturing. I mean, the whole lean philosophy revolves around this concept, right? So first is overproduction, second is inventory, waiting time, motion, transport, rework, and process over processing. Any questions? Any concept anybody would like to wants me to highlight? Hello.
Rework, I couldn't understand. What is number 6, rework?
Okay. So rework. Rework is nothing but defects. Like I told you, the defect. If in one go, I have to produce a product, so it should be done in such a way that it passes all your quality checks in one go. If anything which does not pass it, then again it has to revolve back, rotate back, and you have to do it again, right? For doing this again, you will not, customer is not going to pay. Customer is only going to pay or for only one time. You do it whatever way in number of times you want, but you are not going to pay. But ultimately, what is happening, if you are doing a rework, you are incurring the cost, right?
Yeah, that's understood.
Cost.
What is number 4, motion?
Motion is the processing time between two workbenches, right? Suppose in workbench A, I I mean my manufacturing process should be like that. It automatically flows between the workbenches or the workstation or workstation is nothing but the point of value addition, point of manufacturing, right? It should not be that like if I do some activity in one particular workstation, then it goes in a zigzag way and then come back. So it should be in a single piece flow. Like if it should be designed in such a way that in order to deliver the complete product, you do step A, then step B, then step C, then step D. It should not be that you do step A, then D, then C, then B, right? So that is motion, that you eliminate the internal flow of the product, internal flow of the manufacturing in of the good, right? So that is synchronized. That is the right term, synchronized. It should be synchronized. Yes, Ravinder, are you okay with the concept?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So reducing. Okay. So ultimately, what do we achieve by this? We reduce the production time. So what do we achieve by reducing the production time? So ultimately, if you are able to reduce your production time, you reduce the cost, right? Suppose if I'm doing that particular activity in 8 hours, and now because of eliminating waste, I'm able to do that particular activity in 4 hours. So I can deploy my manpower for another job or another product that they can manufacture in another 4 hours that is left across. So that gives a lot of validation. So that is the thought. Again, if we apply the lean concept, automatically the time usage, time is money, right? So if you are doing it efficiently, you are eliminating the waste. Automatically, you are getting the benefit on the cost. I told you like the productive maintenance also. In the lean concept, if you are not ensuring the timely maintenance of your equipment, it is a waste. It is treated as a failure, right? So it is important that we ensure that all our equipments are efficiently maintained. Again, this is the same thing. Again, one more aspect that I have missed is basically on the maintenance, that all those machine gets upgraded, right? So we are in a position that we give a systematic training to the operators as well, that what is the right way and the efficient way of doing all those activity. So equipment maintenance com- we have discussed. Then the next concept is the standardization. Like I told you, in the motion, what Mr. Manoj asked, Toastmaster Manoj asked, basically on the motion. So basically, it is nothing but the standardization of parts and functions, so that the flow of production is efficient, right? Timer, just let me know the time also, because
You are already over time.
okay. So demand. Then again, whatever we are doing, it should be demand based flow. Demand based flow means it should be as per the customer requirement. We should not be engaged in producing something which is not required in the market. It should be coming as per the market demand from the market. I should not be saying adamant that what I have manufactured I will be able to sell. No, that does not work. What is required by the market, that is to be produced. Then in the lean concept again, we use a lot of visual communications also, especially in the inventory management, right? So visual concept means, suppose if maybe we don't know the value of the inventory, but if there is generally what we do, we benchmark the inventory levels. We mark the inventory levels. If it includes this level, so that means automatically I have enough inventory which can be used uh, in my manufacturing for next 5 days or next 7 days. So as soon as it reaches that threshold, I have to stop the procurement of those inventory. So this can be achieved. That elimination can be achieved. Elimination of inventory waste can be achieved through visual communications as well. Then one of the important concept again in the lean which is used is just-in-time manufacturing. We should not order anything which is not required. I have to deliver it to the customer after 6 months. I have the confirmed order from the customer, but I should not order the raw material for that product which I have to deliver after 6 months. I have to ensure that what is my manufacturing cycle time, and as per the cycle time, that the material should land with us. Then again, it is built-in quality. It There should be no rework, right? Whatever our systems should be established in such a way that what we do is following the concept of one time pass. One time pass. Whatever we manufacture, it passes through one time. Again, for the lean, one of the important concept is Kaizen. Kaizen is nothing but change for better. Why it is important? I'll just take 30 seconds because I know I'm running out of time. So I'll just take 30 seconds. Why it is important? The world is changing. The world is evolving, right? When I joined, it was Industry 2.2, which was working. Now it is Industry 4.2. Why this change? Because there has been a lot of AI that is now integrated. Now people are talking about the smart factory, right? So in order to continuously upgrade, think, we need to apply kaizens with with respect to the external environment to make ourselves better, to make ourselves efficient, to make our processes improve. So this is basically nothing but aligning with the best that is there in the market. So for that we need to do Kaizen. Kaizen again is a concept which we can have a detailed discussion because there are multiple ways of doing the Kaizen. There has to be value stream mapping, like each activity has to be analyzed. Then what is new, what has changed, that has to be analyzed and that has to be incorporated. The last concept what is there is the turnaround time. TAKT is nothing but the turnaround time, right? So turnaround time is the time taken there to produce the product. Workstation A, workstation B, workstation C. What is the consolidated time of producing that product? That is the turnaround time. And how that time can be measured, point number one, how that time can be monitored and how that time can be improved with respect to the competition that you have in the market. So this is the concept of turnaround time that derives that you are better than the market, that derives that you are efficient. But now I think we are already on time. So, but a quick question from everybody. So, if TMOD, if it is okay, I take 2 minutes more to if audience have to ask audiences the question.
Will give you less than a minute.
Okay, so if anybody volunteered, what is the Japanese term that means change for the better?
Kaizen.
Kaizen.
Kaizen, good. What are the maybe seven are mentioned, but any three? Can anybody tell?
Over processing.
Over processing, right?
Inventory.
Inventory, right?
And motion.
Transportation.
Yeah, transportation.
Transportation,
Oh,
right? Okay, good. So at least you had some validation with this session. With this, I like to hand it back to you, TMOD. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was an intriguing and a lengthy discussion. On lean manufacturing, I came to know about a new concept, though Ravinder knew few aspects of it beforehand. For me, it was completely new. May I request the time? How much time did the speaker take for this?
Toastmaster Manoj, Toastmaster Gaurav took 32 minutes, 36 seconds.
Okay.
Now I
No,
can
I have,
call him a professional speaker. From 5 to
Okay.
7 minutes, he has reached to 32 minutes.
That was too many words, too long, but yes. We'll come to the evaluation proper once we come to the third segment. Now, to continue with the gratitude to our four feminine entities, the feminine quadrant. The second in line is, any guesses? First was my biological mother, and I said we need to pay our gratitude to our biological mother for giving us this world to live in. Second is Bharat Mata, Mother India. This is a unique nation. This is a unique nation. It said, what you don't find anywhere, you find over here. Or whatever you won't find here, you won't find anywhere else. We have the snow-clad mountains in the north. We have got deserts. We have got the forested area. And we have got a large coastline. And here, if you find, we are ready to defend ourselves in the current debacle. 4 days, 96 hours. And we taught a lesson to our Western neighbor. While Russia and Ukraine are fighting for so long, for last 3 years, Middle East, it is more than a year. And when the war prolongs, whoever wins or loses, the country goes back by 3, 4 years. Its economic tumbles. Common people suffer. Last week, we couldn't have a meeting because somebody was from Punjab, somebody was from Jammu, nearby areas to the border areas. So disturbance. So common man suffers when the war prolongs. And we just took 4 days to teach them a lesson and call it a day. So that's the way, that shows the kind of maturity that India is playing. That's why I'm proud of being an Indian. It has got a rich culture. I think it cannot be compared. No country can compare the kind of culture we have. We talk about the concept of Vasudevam Kutumbakam, the whole world as a family. We have never been an aggressor. But if somebody points a finger, we know how to give back. All 5 fingers together, punch. So that is India. And what India has given me is an identity, an unique identity. If my biological mother taught me humbleness and selflessness, Mother India taught me to remain rooted and a unique identity as a Bharatiya. Now, with that, I'll come to 2 more feminine entities. Subsequently, let's get on to the second segment of today's evening, that is table topics. And to conduct that, I call upon Toastmaster Ravinder Kaur.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Manoj LENKA, for inviting me as a table topic master. Do you know why we conduct this table topic or the impromptu speaking session?
Since all Toastmasters are there, we'll not take time in that, since I've already spilled over.
Okay.
Let's get
Yeah.
into topics proper.
Let's go to the topics first. So first, who want to try? Let me keep it in the gallery mode only. We are only 5 people.
Yes.
So except Gaurav. He has spoken for the long time, so now give him some rest. Let's start with Dipesh. Are you ready?
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, thank you. For you, I have a wonderful questions. How would you describe a woman in 3 words? How would you describe a woman in 3 words? Over to you, Dipesh.
Beautiful, elegant, caring. I think the women are very beautiful creatures. I'm not saying because Ravinder is here or or I have any other choice, but in general, I really mean it. The reason being because both the genders have the role to play, be it either a man or a woman. And the ideally, when we balance out each other, we actually feel how beautiful the other gender is. I've been in a lot of male companionship. I've grew up in a very male dominated family. The only woman was my mom. But when I started interacting with, as I grew up with women, I had a lot of female friends. I realized women are beautiful in their own ways. Like we have a stereotype of they are not very emotional, they don't think logically and all those stuff. But when you get to know them, they're very supportive if they're good. And believe me, a lot of good men have made their fortunes because a good woman supported them. And this is the thing which we men actually don't admit about ourselves. But when there is a good man behind us, good woman behind us, who supports us in every endeavors, who actually is very supportive of our ambitions, our goals, not just professionally, but our emotional well-being. Because we show that we are the toughest creatures, but we are also in our own turmoil. We also have our own emotional turmoil. We just don't show it. We in the name of masculinity. So when a woman enters in our lives, we actually kind of sense the our softer side, which we actually in the lieu of responsibilities and the burden of responsibility, we never actually get to experience that. And a right woman actually helps you to connect to those parts, and it completes you. So it completes you as a human being, not as a man or a woman, but it completes you the entire being. And then you realize you're more a human, not a man. And from that day, your life starts changing. So I think women are really beautiful creatures uh, created by God. Back to your table talk, master.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dipesh, for sharing your wonderful thoughts on the women. So, who want to be the next one? Toastmaster Ilios, are you there? I think he's not there. So let's
He
come to
generally is the
Toastmaster.
fast speaker always.
Yes, yes.
Today,
He's not
yes.
available right now. So let's move to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Okay.
Yeah. Toastmaster Manoj, share a story about a time a woman's strength and resilience stood out to you. Let me repeat. Share a story about a time a woman's strength and resilience stood out to you. Over to you.
Has always stood out. And you're asking me to cite only one incident. Unlike Dipesh, I grew up surrounded by women. My mother and I had two elder sisters, three of them. And I started playing with the friends of my sisters. So I was always surrounded by women around. And now, whatever fights, whatever masculinity, whatever we talk about, at the end of the day, one has to come back to home to rest, recoup. And that happens when there's a woman. And to cite an instance, I'll take you back a few years back. I was expecting my next promotion. I was posted at a school that was Sani School Golpara in a remote part in Assam. frequented by elephants. And month of December, the list came out. One day I got a call from one of my seniors. Manoj, the list is out, but I'm surprised your name doesn't figure. I was shocked. So were so many, but yes, that was the reality. As a human being, I did feel down, drowned, and it took me almost a fortnight to overcome that. When I shared that with my better half, she was my support system. To overcome that time, to come back, to be what I am without diluting my standard, she helped me. So that is one of the instances that I'm putting. A lot of time might have mistreated, but she's always there with a smile to support me. So that's the greatness of women. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka, for this. Your beautiful thoughts on this. As Toastmaster Elias is there, let's move to Toastmaster Elias. Are you ready for your turn?
Yeah, I'm ready. What is the word of the day?
Sorry, today there is no grammarian.
Okay.
There is no
No
word
worries.
of the day.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
So, Toastmaster Elias, what simple thing do you want people should understand about women? What is the simple thing do you want people should understand about women? Over to you.
Okay, can you hear me and see me before I start? Okay, wait. Oh, this is difficult topic. I need to speak correctly. Wait. Okay, I'll start. Women, women, women. What do you think about women? Well, women is so simple. They are the most beautiful creature in this world that God has made. And if you understand the concept of beauty, nowadays, they don't need any makeups. They can just put on filters on the Instagram, on the Zoom. Like literally like now, if you are exploring Zoom feature, you can have your own filter eyebrows, filter lips, lipstick, I mean, or even, yeah, anything you want to make you are beautiful. So that's a simple thing that I love about women. Women is always take care about themselves. They want to satisfy their men. By being the beauty of themselves, you can understand that women struggles for that. They are going to put on the morning cream and then the night cream. And in the between, they will use like sunscreen. So many things, rituals that you will understand. They are very disciplined. Yeah, I admire women so much. And of course, they love to spend money to do the self-care. You can see they are doing the self-love and self-care so much. And that make us as men are willing to help them to achieve the beauty of them. So yes, time to touch up, make up, and speak out. Back to you, Ravinder.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elias, for sharing your beautiful thoughts on the simple thing about the women. So, Toastmaster Gaurav, do you want to try?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay. You may be thinking the topics are interesting, so you should try. Toastmaster Gaurav, share about a woman who changed your life. Share about a woman who changed your life. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravinder. So there is no one woman who changed my life because everybody, every woman that I have met have given me some learning which is there. So starting from my mother to my daughter, so everybody has taught me anything. It is my mother told me perseverance. My mother taught me hard work. My mother taught me to be disciplined. Right. My daughter taught me to be compassionate. My fellow colleagues in the office taught me devotion, dedication. So everybody has taught me a lot of things. So generally, I give you an example like how my younger daughter taught me about compassion. So it was hot summer day, and I had gone to the school to pick her up, and it was very hot. So I told her to if she wants to purchase an ice cream. He said, "Okay, you can purchase it for me." But again, what I observed that while I was driving the car, she was not eating it. I asked her why you're not eating it. Papa, she said, Papa, it's hot for you also. You also have that ice cream with me. I'll not have it alone. So that I was driving and I was struck like what is she speaking? I'm not sure whether I had sons. If we would have that thought, but definitely my daughter made my day on that particular day. It really taught me a complete compassionate towards other. How you can be compassionate towards others. You should have the empathy. So this is a great learning that I had. So every time I interact with that feminine energy, it leaves me mesmerized with some of the positive thoughts that is there. That was my thought. Back to you, Toastmaster. Back to you, Table Master.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gaurav. Exactly sharing is caring. But I derived from your speech. So with this, I wind up the session of table topic. So now is congratulations to everyone to showing up and attempting it beautifully. Now I would love to invite Toastmaster MANOJ LENKA to please continue your
Okay.
thing.
The table topic segment is not over till we get to listen to you. So your topic, Madam Toastmaster.
Yeah, please.
Sorry
Your
to
topic
interrupt you,
is
Manoji. Sorry to interrupt you, Manoji. Just give her
yeah.
a man-related topic.
Yes. Kya? Pardon? What is that?
I said like you should get a topic related to men now.
Okay. Okay, man. Actually, today's theme was related to feminism. So I thought, why not to create topic related to that? Yeah.
Since Dipesh has given a hint, what kind of man you like as a woman? Who is the ideal person for you? Ideal man for you?
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj, for giving me this beautiful question as well as the beautiful thought to talk about what should be the ideal person for a woman. But if I talk about myself, I think what I was searching for, I have received from the God. In 2007, I got a matrimonial ad and got a call, and my parents told me that there is a guy who is placed in Wipro. Whether we should go for your relationship or not. Then I was thinking, I don't know. Only the Wipro name is not sufficient for me. First, I have to check with him. And when we connected, the only thing was the transparency, clarity, as well as the honesty. That is the three things I have seen in him. And I have never seen anything like the external or the physical appearance. The three things was clear about my side. Then I said yes to him. And within 3 months, we got married. But the thing is, throughout the journey, that was the first experience. But during this life journey, I have seen he is a person who gave me the wings to fly. Even when I got married, I decided that you are a full-time worker in IT professional. So I decided to be the full-time homemaker. But during this journey, he gave me the motivation to please upgrade your studies. And as you all know that in December 2024, I completed my PhD and I joined this Toastmaster community to explore my wings and to connect with the all over the world. As being a homemaker, I was confined to the four walls of a home. So he is the person who is still giving me the wings to fly. And with this, I can attain every height of this world. Thank you. And over to you, Toastmaster Manoj.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful take on this topic. Now, before we proceed further, could you tell us the timing of is anyone disqualified or everybody within time?
Toastmaster, yes. Toastmaster Dipesh took 2 minutes 10 seconds. And you, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka, you took 2 minutes 24 seconds. And Toastmaster Ilyas took 2 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Gaurav took 2 minutes 7 seconds, 07 seconds. And sorry, I couldn't time myself. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, since I'm talking about paying gratitude to my feminine quadrant, I've already talked about two mothers, my biological mother and Mother India, that gave me an identity. There are two more mothers left. Any guesses who are those two mothers?
Mother Earth.
Okay. She's the fourth one who is in live
Your
list.
life partner.
Ah, yes, yes. They're not only life partners, they're also mothers. I lost my mother 20 years back. And since then, she has taken her place. As we grow old, we find the motherly nature of the woman. She left her parents, her friends, everything to make a home for me. If I look back, I feel sometimes ashamed that sometime in that male ego coming up, I have ill-treated her. That gives me a sense of not feeling that good. She chides me whenever I do something wrong, like my mother used to do. And she applauds me whenever I do something good. This chiding is in-house. Outside, she projects me as the most ideal husband in the whole world. That's the beauty of women. And what the three qualities Ravinder talked about, transparency, honesty, and clarity. In fact, when we met for the first time about 27 years back, she had told me these three aspects. I want that you should never be lying to me, clarity and honesty. That is the bedrock of the foundation stone of any good relationship. And in my journey of Toastmastering since 2016, I never had a mentor. Sometimes people ask me, who is your mentor? I said, it is my wife. So, so most often, not always, but most often, whenever I prepare my talks, I read it out to her to get her opinion. Sometimes she had told me, okay, this is not good. This is sounding too very unparliamentary. Cut this out. So that has helped me a lot. So she has become my guide, philosopher, mentor, everything, all combined. After all, the journey of my life, she's my most trusted companion. So those who are married in this group, they understand what I'm talking about. And I learned the quality, accept, excel. She accepted me. I have so many lacunas, so many flaws, but she has accepted me. That's the beauty of woman. They accept the man with all his flaws. With that, well, let's get on to the third segment, that is evaluation. And for that, let's call upon the stage general evaluator of today's evening, Toastmaster Gaurav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. And today, what I feel the energy level is completely different while we are placing our gratitudes to the feminine power we are associated with. Definitely, with this energy level, I think it becomes very difficult to do the evaluation, but nevertheless, there is job which is to be performed, right? So, for the prepared speech evaluation, I would request Toastmaster Manoj if you can give the evaluation for the prepared speeches. Then we will move further for the evaluations.
Okay. Now for the evaluation, it was a level 4 speech, level 4. So before this, you have already attempted more than 10 speeches. And the guideline was it has to be a well organized speech, generating discussion to disseminate some kind of information. The topic that you choose today, lean manufacturing. Yes, it was over my head. I had no idea what lean manufacturing is. So that concept became clearer as you took it on. And initially, you clarified with us why you have chosen this topic because in your initial use, you are in the manufacturing sector. You had good gestures and the depth with which you explained the concept, it showed a lot of research has gone into it, and the concepts are quite clear in your mind that you're talking about. Now, points for improvement. First, the introduction. Introduction appeared to me to be a bit informal. Had I taken this topic, I could have said, I have chosen this topic because I had an experience in manufacturing sector. Today, lean manufacture, lean and thin. When you're lean, you have more spirit to move. If you're too very bulky, it is difficult. So with that, let's relate it to manufacturing and then bring in more energy because once it is a long speech, you need to bring a lot of energy so that audience are glued to your speech. You had the concepts very clear concept. Initial phase, you took on so much of time to explain. The latter slides, you just, because time was not there, enough time, you just have to cross through, quickly go through them. Like the concept of Kaizen, you talked about 6 to 7 waste that hampers good manufacture. So you can say, yes, there are 6 to 7, but let's home on to these three, which are important to save time. So overall, I could find it required a little bit of more practice so that you could have made it lean top. Though you talked about lean manufacturing, your talk should also exemplify what leaner means when you talked about that. A TED speaker takes only 18 minutes. Today you got 20 to 25 minutes, but you spilled over 5 or 6 minutes more. Sorry, 7 minutes more than 7 minutes. So to squeeze that, you need to practice and have more interaction with the audience. No need to explain everything. Pick up a few and explain that. But overall, the speech objective is met, and I appreciate the kind of knowledge you brought in and had the patience to talk about that for 30 minutes plus. Thank you. With that, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj. Toastmaster, for this input, so I think that was by me. So I noted some of the inputs I need to practice for sure. That is that what I have thought over it. But nevertheless, I think a good insight that I have got for today. So calling Toastmaster Ravinder for sharing the timers report if she is ready. Then I will share the total general evaluation report for today. Toastmaster Ravinder, are you ready?
Yes, yes. Should I explain about everybody or only for the evaluation? I have
Maybe
explained about the table topic earlier as well as you.
okay. So
Toastmaster.
just share the summary if somebody is not qualified for the table topic or if anything you want to relate.
Toastmaster Manoj Lenka took 3 minutes 32 seconds for the evaluation, and Toastmaster Gaurav took 32 minutes 36 seconds. So you both are the overtime, and all the speaker in the table topic are qualified. Yeah, and sorry I couldn't time myself.
No worries, we're absolutely fine. So okay. Anyways, good. Good job, Toastmaster Ravinder. I know it is very difficult when you are a table topic and you are a timer. So, how to switch between the Excel file and inside your head? So that is very difficult. I really appreciate the effort what you are putting. Now coming to the general evaluation report for today. So again, I think we have a challenge on the attendance, but still the good thing is that we started meeting dot on time. So that was really something what we can appreciate about ourselves, that the level of commitment that we had, that we are starting uh, on time, which shows that our commitment, our interest towards self improvement still exists, right? Nevertheless, with respect to the agenda and all that, maybe I think we can do better in terms of finalizing the agenda. Uh, yeah, and it should have been communicated before as well. But yeah, we are making last minute changes, so I think that can be one of the reasons why we don't see much of the audiences joining in. So I think this is something on which we need to work upon. Now, coming to the opening of the meeting, Sa started the meeting on time and she communicated the ground rules very well. She tra- she transited herself from SAR to presiding officer and reminded that this is meeting number 191. And I really like the energy, the way she was communicating that very soon we will be doing meeting number 200. She tried to she tried to, for the introduction from the guest, but I think the guest was not available at that point of time. Then she introduced the TMOD very well, I think. And what to say about the TMOD? I think the way he set the context of the theme, because this is a very sensitive and a very complicated topic, but I think somehow he was able to meet the energy level of each and every participant. So everybody was feeling sort had a feeling of gratitude towards the feminine energy that is associated with them. Everybody is associated with the feminine energy, and everybody was able to correlate very well with the theme as well. Really appreciate the concept that you explained about through the story of Adam and the creation of this world, and it is and the way you have explained that how the balance between Shiv and Shakti is to be established, that is mandatory to be established. So again, TMOD introduced the guest in between. So he covered up for the presiding officer because maybe the guest was not responding at time. Then coming to the general evaluator, so I think the timer introduced the role. We could not have the grammarian and the accountant for today's meeting, but overall, maybe if I see, I don't could not observe any major grammarian mistake by any of these people who were speaking over there. On our counter, maybe there can be some improvement for I observed, especially if I acknowledge there was a couple of hours from my side while delivering this speech, but overall I think it was much better than in the general meeting that we see. Coming to the table topic, I think all the questions were as per the theme, and you touched upon all the speakers, and the questions were not easy for sure for anybody on the spot to answer those questions. So they were not easy. So they were requiring some effort by the speaker to have some rush of blood in their brain to answer those questions, right? So kudos for preparing that question, this level of question, because whenever you are in a difficult situation and uh, on the spot with this difficult level of question, so automatically that improves the efficiency of our toastmaster, because we all have come here for this objective only, to improve ourselves. So to table topic was spot on, and really appreciate Toastmaster Manoj for asking the question from the table topic master as well. So that ensured that the all the participants for today's meeting were, were were on the spot for the table topic. So that was a good thing. Overall, I think if I summarize, so with this meeting for today, we met the objective. TMOD was able to explain the concept, or maybe had ensured that all the members in the meeting today felt uh, gratitude towards the feminine. That was the objective for today's meeting as well. And I think we started and we hopefully will finish on time. So these are the three takeaways. One thing still on the agenda, we can improve. So that was the overall general evaluation from my side. With this, I hand it back to you, Toastmaster Manoj. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for that detailed report. Now, coming back to my fourth mother, she is, of course, Big Mama, Mother Nature, or everybody's mother. We need to be showing our gratitude. And for that, we need to be minimalists. Because this is the only planet that we have inherited and we have to pass it on to our next generation. So, whatever you do, be a bit mindful for Mother Nature. And she teaches us give to live. She doesn't ask anything in return. You throw a stone, it gives you a luscious fruit. You throw dirt on her, she doesn't complain. I'll tell you something. I have a broken backbone that didn't allow me to join Indian Air Force because they could find out in the X-ray report. And if I could have flown those hypersonic planes, that could have got dislodged. And my doctors have told me not to exert too much. And whenever I do that, then it pains and I need to go to the doctor. Few years back, while cleaning up the house, I started having pain. And then I was thinking of going to a doctor, but one evening while taking a walk with my spouse, and the nearby is our forest research institute. They've got lush green, those grass lawns are there. So they're taking a walk. We took a walk barefooted because that also energizes you. Then I just lay down on that grass lawn. And that evening, 90% I was cured, as if whatever that energy which was blocked over there, that was sucked away by Mother Nature. So that's the beauty of being closer to nature. We talk about forest paths these days. If you can take a nature's walk, it cures automatically. Because five elements which has made us, the same five elements are there in Mother Nature. Ultimately, this body is we have inherited from her, and ultimately we are going to become a part of Mother Nature. So while going to the doctor, sometimes you can avoid and go to nature. You see, you'll get cured without taking medicines. And recent example is in front of you. I didn't go to a doctor. I didn't take any medicine. I didn't go to the physiotherapist. Mother Nature cured me. So that's the beauty of being closer to nature. So these four women, your biological woman and your motherland, then your spouse, your wife, and finally, Mother Nature. Be grateful to them. With that, I close my case. It is 9:30. Over to the presiding officer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster MANOJ, LENKA, for this beautiful theme. And congratulations to everyone who have joined today, as I think Toastmaster Elias has left the meeting. So kudos everyone for performing your role beautifully. With this, I call the meeting number 191 is officially closed. And now we can click a pic. Toastmaster Dipesh, kindly open your camera and yeah, please click up. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for joining.